Why, hello there, friends, and welcome. Oh boy, to the the Fruit of Grisaia. I know I'm not saying that right because I'm a terrible person. This is one that I have wanted to play for a long time. After, well, even before getting it getting it gifted to me, and it is developed by Frontwing and published by Sky Project. And Frontwing is actually one of those developers that used to be all like, no, 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 let's not play. Don't play all our games on the YouTubes, alright? That's bad juju, and we're gonna take down your shit. But then, not like a bit ago, they decided, you know what? Fuck it. Just, you guys can play anything you want of our games. Fuck, who cares anymore? So they learned that, I guess they learned that YouTube's awesome. So, and here I am. I know literally nothing about this game. All I know is it's amazing. Literally the only thing I know about it is that it's amazing. So, we're going to go in. It's going to be a long one. Strap yourselves in. Because I know this is like a really long visual novel. Not that it matters. I play long visual novels all the time. Here we go. Oh boy. Whew. Also, I'm playing in a window. Because it's one of those games that when you full screen it, it actually just stretches out the game, and I was like, ooh, oh, I don't know how I feel about that one. Intense sunlight blazes down on the road as if to declare the arrival of summer. The burning asphalt radiates heat, mixing with the scent of the tide to form a thick, muggy atmosphere. Ugh. Oh! We get to look up at the sky! It's way too early for this kind of weather. And when the temperature's abnormally high, you're always going to get some people who lose their heads and start acting erratically, like me. In other words, it's only natural that the police would be on the lookout for suspicious types at times like these. Well, hold on. It was about 10 minutes ago that I realized I'd been mistaken for one of those heat-stroke-addled sort. Oh, what?
名前が風見雄二。住所は山梨県大里郡。
God, this guy just sounds like he's a skeevy police officer, and I don't like it. Sweat pouring from his forehead as he examines my license. The policeman in front of me takes a glance at the large backpack I'm carrying, then continues the background check.
山梨から来たのか、あんた。
I guess, I think so. Yes?
この町には何の用事で？大荷物背負ってどこかへ行く途中かい？
I wonder if we're one of those, like, badass protagonists. Oh, can't wait to see how this goes. I told you this 10 minutes ago. I'm moving. This luggage is everything I own. Ooh.
それじゃあ、引っ越し先の住所は？
Not even I know, but I'm on my way there. Like I said, I don't have one yet. The answer's not going to change no matter how many times you fucking ask.
引っ越し先の住所も決まっていないのに、引っ越してきたって言うのかい？君、何を隠しているの？
How about you stop questioning?
本当のことを教えてよ。
Shut up for a second. How about you stop questioning me and being a shitty police officer? I ain't doing nothing. Nothing wrong. Where did you come from? Where are you going? Where are you planning? What are you planning to do there? Depending on the context, these could be fairly philosophical questions. But as far as police inquiries go, they're pretty run-of-the-mill. From their perspective, anyone wandering around without clear-cut business is by default some sort of criminal. Let alone someone like me carrying around conspicuous bulky luggage. It's as good as guaranteed that they'd stop me. It's their job, I suppose, though, since this little scene acts as a crime deterrent through its visibility. It's not an entirely wasted effort. Oh god, that reminds me of the time I was just walking around, and the police pulled me over just because I looked like someone that just robbed the nearby Walmart. And I'm like, what? What? I didn't do anything! Oh, but unfortunately, I don't have all day to play along. I drop a glance toward the digital watch I'm wearing around my left wrist. Sorry, but I'm keeping someone waiting. I really can't spare any more time for hanging out with bored cops.
バカにしてるのか
Cops filling their fucking quota, more like it. A bored police force is proof that the city's at peace. Take it as a compliment. Inexplicably taking offense at my tone, the policeman clicks his tongue in irritation and tosses my license back.
じゃあ風見さん悪いけどお背中の荷物の中身確認させてもらっていいかな
Oh my god. This guy, can you, leave me alone for 5 seconds? I refuse.
どうして何か見られたくないものでも入ってるの刃物とか
I wouldn't be
持ってない
Wouldn't be surprised if I have a knife. I mean, it's perfectly normal to have a knife on you just in case you get jumped. I don't rely on blades. Policy of mine. Look, are you really telling me to unpack all this on the spot? It'll take an hour at least. 30 minutes just to take it all out. 30 minutes to stuff it back in. Holy shit.
じゃあ立ち話もなんだし警察署に行こうか冷たいお茶ぐらい出すからさそこでゆっくりお話を聞かせてよ
Is this guy fucking for real? I hate myself. I mean, I hate him. I just told you I don't have the time. I can't accept voluntary questioning. I know you can't just back down in this situation, but if I say I'll head over there myself later, could we wrap this up for now?
そんな都合のいいこと言ってそのまましらばっくれる気だろだったらせめて自宅の連絡先を教えてよ
Can I, give just a random address? That'd be amazing. As I've explained, I'm in the middle of a move. I vacated my old place, so I don't even have an address.
じゃあご両親の住んでいる実家の住所だまさか両親もホームレスだとは言うまい
Oh, is he about to say, I don't have a family? Oh, come on. Yes! I don't have any parents. No siblings, relatives. They're all dead.
本当にやっぱり何か隠してるんじゃないの
God, we got some shit, backstory. Oh, this is going nowhere.
警察署まで来てくれれば無駄な問答をしなくて済むんだけどね今パトカー呼ぶから少し待っててくれる
We literally just start and I'm already essentially being just detained. Then at least let me call the person I'm supposed to be meeting. At this rate, they'll be waiting all day.
そりゃ構わないけど相手は誰お友達
Quite possibly my drug dealer. I mean, no, nothing like that. I'm not gonna tell you that.
言えないような相手なのか
We are being very uncooperative, though. It's your mother. We had an appointment at a hotel tonight. BAM! BAM! Oh!
は
That went right over his head. I was keeping quiet out of the goodness of my heart. You dragged it out of me. So don't blame me when your parents get divorced and your happy home is shattered.
バカにしてるのか
What are we doing? Oh, what the shit? Oh, Space Marines? Dot. About 30 meters away from where we're talking, someone screams. A desperate cry follows within seconds. Okay. A woman sits collapsed on the street, stretching out her hand. Her high heels lie on the ground, knocked off her feet by the sudden fall. Just about halfway between us, there's a man in a flashy Hawaiian shirt running in this direction. Look, if you're gonna steal something, don't wear a Hawaiian shirt.
警察か
The cops, man! Although the thief flinches for a moment at the sight of the policeman's uniform, after a quick check of any convenient side streets, he barrels onward.
どけこら
Brandishing the stolen bag menacingly, his hand violently gestures get out of my way.
止まれ止まりなさい
Oh, please say we're gonna be a badass and stop him. The cop is completely flustered. He's quite clearly unaccustomed to this sort of situation. While he's panicking, the distance between us and the thief shrinks with surprising swiftness.
やめだ
This fucking guy. The man runs in a straight line toward a breakthrough to freedom. I happen to be standing directly in the middle of his path. Path. Yes, here we go.
どけっつってんじゃろうが
No, we ain't moving. We're being a badass. As he prepares to strike with the bag, I ascertain the movement of his shoulder and arm from the first signs of motion and hit his wrist sharply just as he begins to sway. Oh, we're so awesome! The man's arm instantly stiffens and loses all momentum. His eyes pop wide open in shock. I immediately grab the collar of the wine shirt that he's wearing and firmly draw him towards me. Listen here, you son of a bitch. Before the man can offer resistance to my pull, I smoothly reverse and use my body weight to shove against him. When pushed just as they begun to brace themselves against being pulled, anyone except a genuine expert is going to be thrown off balance. Nice shirt. Where'd you buy it? Shock spreads across the man's face as his knees buckle against his will. I try to gain a chokehold using my grip on the neck of his shirt, but... Oh, is he going to resist me, this motherfucker? The man promptly draws his head back and shifts his body to the side, preventing me from landing a hold on his neck. Although I expected as much from a glance at his build, it seems like he's somewhat experienced in judo. But, in this case, he would have been better off trying a decisive tackle. Rotating around the purse snatcher in the opposite direction of his slide, I yank his right arm upward with both hands, and in one movement, I've circled to his back. God, he just looks like a douche. Next, pull back on the opponent's wrist and elbow and pin him to the ground. This is just basic Aikido, by the way. Oh, now you're doing death threats? That'll just land you even more time in prison. Hey now, you've got your priorities all wrong. Before worrying about me, you should kill the guy who sold you that shirt. We're so awesome. Perhaps unconsciously, the man's now empty right hand desperately slaps at the asphalt while holding the thief pinned. I quickly shoot a look behind me. Don't just stand there.
Oh!
Fucking shitty police. Just like in my town. The policeman jerks up straight in response to my angry shout, taking a pair of handcuffs from the pouch around his waist. He runs over to restrain the criminal. The purse snatcher seems to have resigned himself to his fate and doesn't offer any pointless resistance. He accepts his red-handed arrest for theft docilely, then sits quietly on the ground with his head hung as the policeman radios for backup. Apparently they weren't too far off, as a siren approaches in no time. Right! We're total badass! Two policemen get out of the arriving cruiser and push the criminal into the back seat. As I'm quietly watching the scene in perfect passivity, the policeman from earlier runs over.
犯人確保の協力を感謝します。
No problem. You gonna ask me any more questions now? I'll pass on the letter of thanks. So how about letting me move on?
そうもいかんのですよ。宣告の件も含めて、できれば改めて署でお話を聞かせていただきたいのですが。
So because I helped, now I have to fucking deal with this? It's a lose-lose either way, man. Figured as much. So I look up at the sky. Shaking my head in exasperation, I silently rebuke myself. Should have just left it alone. As the policeman pushes at my back, a glance at my wristwatch informs me that I'm already 5 minutes late for the meeting. Shit. Well, god damn it. Oh, shit. Where's the drugs?
もうそろそろ話してくれないか
What do you mean? ... 30 minutes have passed since I was brought to the interrogation room, familiar as the place where criminals break into flop sweat in TV dramas? Question mark? I'm sitting on a cheap foldable pipe chair, my arms folded in perfect silence.
そうやって黙ってちゃいつまで経っても帰れないぞ
I feel like I don't have really too much to hide. I mean,
誰かと待ち合わせをしているんだろさっさと話して終わらせた方がいいんじゃないか
I'd rather not get them involved when they didn't even do anything because you police are dicks. ... Instead of responding, I close my eyes. A silent statement indicating that I have absolutely no intention of opening my mouth. The detective clicks his tongue in exasperation at my attitude. I got a pretty fair idea of what he'll be doing next.
やましいことがないなら話せるだろういつまでだんまりを決め込むつもりだ
The sound of something being struck, and an even louder attempt at intimidation. This is the point where a timid guy would be jumping in his seat with his eyes wide open, or maybe staring at the floor quivering. As for me, my eyes are still shut and my arms are still folded quietly. My mind is a total blank. I've been accustomed to adults shouting at me like this since I was a child. Following the threat stage, the next step would be for him to grip my hair and jolt me back and forth, but I'm dealing with an official authority group here. I should get off without direct violence this time. Not to say that they won't pull out the old TV cliches and harass me by shining a desk lamp in my eyes or something of the sort. And then he just fucking shoots me, I'm dead. I can roughly translate the detective's sigh. Goddamn kids these days. I gently opened my eyes in order to sneak a look at his disgusted face. The detective sitting in front of me seems to be challenging the Guinness World Record for the most dramatic asymmetry between the left and right sides of the human mouth. Or maybe he's just scowling. I don't know. When I let out a snort of laughter in response to the unexpectedly pleasant sight, the detective scratches his head violently and glares at me.
あのな兄ちゃん、誰に入れ知恵されたか知らないが、警察で黙秘したって何も得はしないぞ。ん?
Yeah, and you being an asshole to me ain't doing much to help you, so he's just wasting his time. It won't gain you anything, but you won't lose anything either, except your time. And I hate wasting time! I turned my gaze to the clock on the wall of the sweat box. Quote, quote, an hour has already passed since the scheduled time for my meeting.
なんとか言ったらどうなんだ?
How about you just let me leave, because I helped. The detective strikes the desk with excellent comic timing. The best part is the way he knocks his ashtray out the table every time he does this.
もう、なんなんだよお前は。
Well, his tone distinctively fed up. He stoops down to pick up the plastic tray off the floor. Kusami Yuji, occupation student.
だから、そりゃもう何度も聞いたっつんだよ。調べたよ。山梨から来たんだろ。過去の犯罪歴はなし、歩道歴も交通違反もなし、何かを表彰されるようなこともなし、ここまで綺麗な懲罰なしってのは変だろう。まるで誰かが細工したみてえに真っ白なんだよお前は。お前は一体何者なんだ。
Maybe I'm just that good of a guy. You never know. You remember me the good guy before? Kusami Yuji, occupation student.
なんだそりゃ。警察に捕まったらそれしか言うなって誰かに言われてんのか。お前どっかのテロリストか。
That would end this fucking real quick now, wouldn't it? Oh no, no. Kusami Yuji, occupation student.
おういい黙れ。
Kusami Yuji, occupation student. First it'd say something, now it's shut up. Talking about hard to please. Our caparious detective scowls yet again and scratches his head. Flakes of dandruff drift grandly off through the hair. Based on his thoroughly wrinkled suit and heavy stubble, I'd say he hasn't been home in days.
なあ頼むよ。こっちの事情も考えてくれよ。
I bet I've already been in your shoes, 'cause, you know, I'm a true badass. Another sigh. It's enough to make me want to have one myself. Because we both take our work seriously, it seems like we're stuck going around in circles.
さっきのひったくり事件の取り調べも進まないし、厄介なの捕まえたよまったく。
Ooh. Just as we roughly complete this exchange of one-sided bitterness and mutual glaring, there's a well-timed knock at the door and the sound of it being unlocked.
はい。あ、お疲れ様です。
A slightly plump elderly detective enters the room. Oh god, are they good cop, get bad cop in me? Given the respectful tone of the detective I've been chatting with, he's probably a superior of some sort.
どうかしましたか。え、はい。ええ。
After a quick glance in my direction, the elderly detective whispers something into the younger man's ear. Before long, the younger detective turns toward me with a decidedly nonplussed expression.
釈放だとお疲れさん。
Fucking sweet. Why now all of a sudden?
それはこっちから聞いてくれ。それじゃあな。
Okay, bye. With those parting words, the young detective leaves the room. The elderly detective watches him go, then faces me with a greasy smile. Ugh. I don't like greasy smile.
いやー、すみませんでしたね、風見さん。こちらに連絡が行っていなかったようで、先ほどようやっとあなたの身元保証人の方と連絡が取れた次第でして。
The detective stares at me with eyes like a dead fish.
市ヶ谷の関係者なら最初からそう言っていただかないと。
If you'd known I was from Ichigaya from the start, wouldn't you have thrown me in jail, stripped me naked, and sprayed me down with a hose?
まさかまさかご冗談を。うちは天下の桜だもんですよ。
Just to let you know, I'm nothing but a student. My work at Ichigaya is only a part-time cleaning job.
掃除ですか。
Cleaning.
なるほどね。うまいことおっしゃいますな。さすがはインテリさんの集まりだ。
In response to my words, the detective twists his mouth into something vaguely resembling a smile.
いやー、ですからね。そちらさんもそんなご事情ならば、もっと早く言っておいていただければよかったんですが。ご存知かと思いますが、上があれですから、いろいろとややこしくてね。
You wasted so much of my fucking time. And I hate wasting time. As I've said before. Sarcasm drifting from every pore of his body, the detective treats me with transparently insincere courtesy. He's perfectly civil on a superficial level, but the atmosphere in here is growing increasingly unpleasant. The younger detective from before, hard-ass as he was, seems infinitely preferable. Did you inquire to Ichigaya about me?
いいえね。あなたのお名前をデータベースで検索させたんですがね。検索している最中に電話が鳴りまして、受話器を上げてみたら防衛省の特別の機関からのお電話でして、うちの犬がそちらで保護されていないかと聞きましてね。いや、驚きましたよ実際。うちは保健所じゃありませんからね。
Well, since you found my owner and confirmed that my leash is properly attached, I should be able to leave now, yes?
どうぞご自由に。ああ、そうそう。あなたが今度転入なさる学園の学園長からもこちらに連絡がありましたよ。
That's so.
なかなかいらっしゃらないからと近隣の署に片っ端から連絡を入れたそうですよ。おかげでうちの所長も会議の途中で電話に引っ張られたようでして、散々闇を言われたと言っておりました。
Well, what? It's not my fault that I just decided to just stroll on in here, you know what I mean? Where's my backpack?
お預かりした荷物は玄関に出してありますので、そちらで。なんでしたらうちの車でお送りしましょうか
？I'd rather not have anything to deal with you guys, so I think I'll just walk. You're not getting funds from public taxes in order to chauffeur bums like me around, are you? I'll walk. Damn. God, I love this guy. I love who we are. After I'm urged out the door by the old man, the young detective appears from the rear carrying the backpack they'd taken from me earlier.
とんでもない重さだな、これは。一体何が入ってるんだ？
All of my worldly possessions, alright? Bit of a tough question. I guess you could say my life.
ギャグだとしたら出来は悪いぞ。
That wasn't really what I was going for.
まあ、そんなことはどうでもいい。ちょっと。
Dropping the backpack next to me, the detective lets out a silent sigh. Well, thanks for lugging it out here. Pretty heavy, right?
仕事で柔道やってるような人間に言う言葉じゃないな。田舎の警察とはいえ、その辺は仕込まれてる。
True. Guess that's natural for a policeman. Sorry. The detective smiles wryly.
なあお前埋め立て地の学生なんだってな。
Why is it called... Wait, what? I'm wearing a school uniform. You can see it at a glance.
制服が着られているって感じだがな。
Shut up. He claps my shoulder as we pass each other.
気をつけてな。いろんな意味で。
With those parting words, he heads back into the police station. ... I mean, Sky. Guess I don't make a convincing student yet. I'm wearing black slacks and a short-sleeved dress shirt, as well as a blue tartan check necktie. Excluding my somewhat longish hair, I should be the very image of a student. I guess it's a little difficult turning into something like that all of a sudden. But it's probably precisely because this is difficult that I decided to give it a try. For a while, I myself didn't understand why I'd asked for this, but now I think I have a faint grasp on the reason. I wanted to become something that I couldn't understand, something that I wasn't. At the moment, I've done nothing but smooth down my edges a bit. Perhaps later on, I'll become a student on the inside as well. Ha! Not when we're this badass. The sun that has been climbing upward earlier has now finally reached its zenith. The temperature keeps on rising, and sweat oozes from my skin. I was pretty sure she'd pick me up, but... Space Marines? Sensing a presence. Oh, and we're Jedi? Oh, yes! I lower my gaze from the sun. My eyes, well accustomed to the high contrast lighting, project a human life... I almost said human life form. Human life form in silhouette for only the briefest of moments before the details fade in. Hi. Oh, no problem. Wait, what? A woman raising an awkward salute, grinning broadly, stands before my eyes. Spare me. I don't want to see a pose like that outside the workplace. In the first place, what's with the dopey salute? The girls in bikinis on the Martin Time SDF recruitment posters have more impressive form.
もういいじゃないの。早速のお仕事をねぎらってるのに。
And I'm just being a dick. I don't recall contributing enough to society today to deserve any appreciation.
はいはい。来た早々とんでもない目にあったのはわかるけど、八つ当たりはしないでちょうだい。そんなことより。
She opens the door of the car, stop next to her. Ooh.
乗って。目的を遂行する方が最優先。でしょ?
Oh, well, yeah, true enough. Okay. Oh, ooh. Ooh. Ooh, I love it. From Mishima Cape Police Station to National Highway number 133 southbound, we proceed to the Prefectural Highway and advance further out toward the Cape. Or the Cop, or the Cape, whatever you want to call it. A range of slowly rotating wind turbines comes into view, indicating our proximity to the
びっ
sea.
くりしたのよ。時間になっても現れないし、これは何かあったんだって連絡したら、案の定警察の厄介になってるし。
I didn't do anything! I'm just walking around and whatever.
この暑さだから熱射病で倒れてるのかと思っちゃった。
That should have been your number one, okay? I doubt you really thought I was sick.
どうしてそんなことが言えるの?
You were trying the police stations first, not the hospitals. Duh.
そりゃあなたのことだからぶっ倒れる前に何とかするとは思ったけど、一応体のこと気遣ってるんだから素直に聞けばいいのに。
Accuracy in weather forecasts and interpersonal communications make society run smoother.
可愛くない。
Damn it. I wish I was. Pouting again, she continues her harangue.
第一、ここにだって本数は少ないけど電車は通ってるんだから、それで来ればよかったのに歩いてきちゃうんだもの。
It's good exercise. Maybe you should try it sometime. Not that you need it. I just.
それも聞いてびっくりしたのよ。ヒマラヤにでも登るような大荷物背負ってるって。
Then again, if I was taking the train, I wouldn't have been pulled over by the police because, fuck, they wouldn't have been around. Sorry, I hate trains.
だからって歩いてくるなんて常識外れよ。
Just like how I hate planes. I can relate with this guy. Dot 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 dot.
どうしたの？黙っちゃって。
Could you not mention this to the other students? I don't want them getting funny ideas about me from the get-go.
変なのが来たって警戒されるかもね。確かに。
This time, I'm sure there's a bunch of weirdos, and we'll meet all of them, I'm sure. I got enough of that from the police to last me a while.
やっぱり職質受けてたのね。
Oh yeah, I did, and it was really fucking annoying. Dot 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 dot. I mean, there was no dots at all there, actually. Ooh. Oh.
はい着いたわ。ここよ。
Hi. The car proceeded about 500 meters along an area of reclaimed coastal land before she brought it to a stop. So that's what he meant by landfill, I see. As I'm recalling the words of the detective from before, the woman continues our conversation with a suddenly cheerful tone. Yeah, get
どう？
it.
立派でしょ。この近隣の学校の中では一番新しいのよ。
Oh, it's new. Okay, we got this. Looks more like a prison. I mean, barely even looks like a school. Although I had heard it was a new school, its external appearance genuinely isn't what I expected. A 3-story building, the pure white color of the outer walls is the only typical school-like element, with every other aspect more closely resembling a city office building or a prison. The gates to the right and left are less evocative of a school gate than a functional fence at some facility. The mounted signboard, likewise, is a utilitarian thing printed in a simple typeface rather than a hand-drawn work of calligraphy.
もうこれからここがあなたの母校になるのよ。感慨深くない？
You ain't getting any of that out of me, woman. I've only just arrived at this place. If I said I was deeply moved by the sight, it'd be a lie.
味もそっけもない。人間想像力が大事なのよ。
Wow. With an exaggerated sigh, she opens her hands wide in the overblown gesture of a third-rate actor.
新設校だからあまり学校のイメージがないかもしれないけど、学生だってちゃんと普通のいい子たちがいるのよ。だから。
Normal. Normal. Yeah, sure they are. Holy shit. Normal?
え。
She's speaking English. Alright. Her rigmarole is abruptly interrupted by the high-pitched shrieks of 2 girls.
やめなさいマキナ。やめなさいってお願いだからお願いだから。
Oh, she's doing that thing where she just the bug and the glavins.
あまねなんで逃げるの？セミかわいいよ。
I'm like that. I don't run away, but I don't like when someone's like, "Hey, look at this bug." I'm like, "Ugh."
虫は大嫌いなのよ。
I agree with you. I agree with you, girl A. Good lord. So, I mean, this can be considered normal, I suppose. Yes, die! Die!
むせ返るほど笑ってんじゃないわよマキナ。あんた後で覚えてなさいよ。おやつ抜きにするんだから。
I like that effect that it got quieter as she ran away. I like that. Normal, huh? Dot 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 dot.
その普通の
Normal? Could you define that term? Is there a class where we chase each other around brandishing insects? That'd be a pretty stupid class if you ask me.
違うのよ。あの子たちはその わ
No.
かるでしょ
No, I don't know. I don't think I do, but it's nice to see that it's a lively school.
でしょとりあえず行きましょうか中に
So, forget that happened. Let's just go. Having apparently forgotten what she planned to do with her outspread hands, she totters through the school gate. God, I'd forget everything after. Woo! I like this office. Her office is positioned quite near the school building's front entrance. The furniture is nicely arranged based around an old-fashioned desk and chair. In contrast to the incongruity of the building's external appearance, this room is a textbook example of the old-fashioned principal's office. Yeah,
そ
it
こ
is.
座って
Oh, I sit on the genuine leather sofa. I hate leather, by the way. It sticks to your fucking skin when it's too hot. If you're like... I was gonna say if you're naked. That's one of the room's more prominent furnishings. After waiting for me to settle myself, she lowers herself into the seat across from me.
学園長の立花千鶴ですようこそ美浜学園へはじめまして
At least you're like nice, unlike a certain headmistress I could talk about from a game we don't speak about because bad memories.
それともお久しぶりねの方がいいかしら風見くん
On a practical level, nice to meet you might be the better option.
そっかそうね確かに
The truest of badassery. With a slight amused smile, Principal Tachibana takes out a pamphlet.
まああなたのことだからもう概要は知ってるとは思うけど一応説明はしておくわ
She flips past a couple pages of the brochure. I hadn't noticed, but her fingernails are lightly polished.
ここは学校法人榊学園の運営する私学の学園で全国から選ばれた学生たちを集めて日々勉学に励んでいるの榊学園の母体は関東一円に私鉄網を持つ東浜急行電鉄グループその資金力を持って最高の設備と教職員を揃えているわまず
So we're specifically chosen then? Brain? The principal's talk shifts to more detailed matters. The East Beach Express is an enormous corporate group with its hands in real estate and large-scale retail, but its core business is the management of the rail line connecting Tokyo and Haneda Airport. The management is shouldered by the Sakaki family, and it seems plausible that the Sakaki Academic Corporation is also admired by them directly, but that's only a guess based on circumstantial evidence. There's a lack of public information on this secretive corporation's activities. The very existence of this academy isn't really well known. I didn't gain anything that could be called definitive proof from my investigation so far.
あなたは2年生として学園に入ってもらいます早速明日のホームルームで転校のことをお知らせするからそれ以降は自由に振る舞って構わないわ
Oh. Her fingers come to a stop, bringing her hands gently together. The principal raises her gaze from the pamphlet and meets my eyes.
どうあなたのお望み通り普通の学園生活を送るには最適の環境だと思うけど
I have a few questions.
どうぞ
First, today is a weekday, but there was barely anyone on the school grounds. What's going on?
少数精鋭なのよ学生数はあなたを入れて6人だけなの
Are you fucking serious? Let me guess. The other 5 are all women. Only 6?
そうよ
Jesus. The elite few?
ええ
Uh-huh. That include our friends with the cicada just now? You called them the elite?
もちろん
Whatever. Question 2. Where am I living from today on?
全寮制なの後で学生寮の場所を案内します そこからここに通ってちょうだい。
A dormitory, is it?
寮といっても十分な広さのある個室だから安心よ。
In that case, not a problem.
以上かしら。
Before we finish, one last thing.
はい、どうぞ。
Alright. For this last question only, I stare directly into her eyes. I need to confirm the principal's intentions in bringing me here. After all that's said and done, is this a normal school? The principal closes her mouth. After a moment of silence, she opens it again. Yep. A gentle smile. I'm convinced that she isn't lying to me to further some hidden self-interest.
あなたがあの時に言った希望、ちゃんと覚えているわよ。
The principal slowly stands up and walks to the window side. The athletic grounds are visible from the window. Although resembling those of a normal school, the grounds are skirted by an improbable high wall.
普通の学園に入って普通の学生生活が送りたい。
The mere handful of students, the bizarrely extravagant facilities, the on-campus dormitory, the high wall surrounding it all, they clearly indicate abnormality.
でもね、あなたも分かってると思うけど、あなた自身の境遇を考えると、ここしか条件に合うところがなかったのよ。
Well, I guess you're right.
私はあくまでもここは普通の学園だとあなたに言います。
The principal turns to face
だ
me.
からあなたもここで普通に過ごしてくれればいいわ。何かしてほしいとか私から言うことはありません。
Understood.
それじゃ寮の方へ案内するわ。
God, I'm intrigued, man. I'm intrigued about literally everything. Yeah. With a nod, I rise to my feet. Let's fucking go. On the grounds outside, a gust of salty sea air kicks up a cloud of sand. Ugh. Oh, Jesus. Ooh.
ここが学生寮よ。管理室も含めると部屋数は全部で11。
And 5 of those are, the other students.
各部屋ごとにお風呂とトイレとキッチンが備え付けられてるから生活の心配はないわ。家具も一通り揃ってるしね。
God, this is all so fancy. Well, sort of fancy, I guess.
何キョロキョロしてるの？
The cicada pair from earlier don't seem to be around.
ああ、スオさんとイリスさんのことね。
Yeah, them, I guess.
二人ともまだ学園に残っているのかもね。小峰さんもいないようだし。
The combing guy, a student here too?
その子に寮の案内を頼んでいたんだけど姿が見えないから。
So you don't have a minute grasp on the movements of the students, hmm? I see.
私はほら単なる学園長だから。
Well, she can't keep track of all of them all at once, right? Merely, is it?
ちょっと待ってね。部屋にいるのかもしれないから。
Oh boy. Okay, bye. The principal walks toward the interior of the building. Left there by myself, I stare vacantly up at the ceiling. Soon, I've unconsciously fallen into my own habit of counting the number of visible sprinklers, then roughly estimating the scale of the building in glavins. Calculating the time needed to gain control of the front entrance and ascertaining the location of the emergency exits. Not that many support pillars, are there? Guess that's why the ceiling is a bit low.
あの
Yes. Having grown absorbed in analyzing the building, I don't even notice the tug at my sleeve. Aw, well,
私の声聞こえてますか？
aren't you just a little adorable sweetheart? Until the final excuse me of many finally catches my ear.
あなたは今日到着予定の転入生さんですか？
I drop my gaze in the direction of the voice and find a girl in housemaid clothes looking up at me. Not that she's a particularly diminutive height, except in comparison to a taller male like myself. Badass.
それとも不審者さんでしょうか？
If I was an intruder, you'd probably have been wrecked by now. No one's gonna admit that they're an intruder if you ask them point blank.
そういえばそうですね。目から鱗です。
Oh my, the tables have turned. The maid nods several times, slowly closes her eyes, and begins to repeat my words.
不審者かと尋ねられて不審者だと答えるやつはいない。不審者かと尋ねられて不審者だと答えるやつはいない。
Is she gonna do this? Does she just soak up knowledge and then always remember it?
大丈夫。
There we go. You win.
それでは質問の仕方を変えて、あなたは不審者さんではない人でしょうか？
Yes? Flexible thinking isn't your strong suit, clearly.
はい。
This poor girl. No, never mind. So what does a maid want with me?
ですから私はあなたが怪しい人かどうかを確認しています。
I feel like from this conversation you should be able to ascertain that, if that's the case. This would be the second time today I've heard that pickup line.
それはおめでとうございます。それであなたは不審者さんではない人なんでしょうか？
You're a lot tougher than you look, maid.
小峰さん、ちょうどよかった。こちらが今度転入することになった風見くんよ。
Oh, so she's supposed to be helping me. Kamina-san, huh? I'll remember how to say your name. At this point, having noticed our voices, the principal calls out to the girl. It seems this maid was I totally just fucking forgot. All along, brain!
やっぱりあなたが転入生さんだったんですね。
I'm Kazami Yuji. Good to meet you.
はい、こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
Why is there a maid here? I don't think you introduced yourself.
すみません。下の名前はサチです。よろしくお願いします。
Oh, that's a lot. I'm gonna remember that way better than the other one. And this time, it's nothing but the first name. We're on a first name basis already? I thought this earlier with the other two, but you've certainly gathered some unique elites here.
学生の個性を伸ばすのが学園の役目だから。
Which would mean that she's a student too, then?
小峰さんはこの学園の1年生よ。あなたには小峰さんが教壇に立つような年に見えた？
No, I just figured she was the one cleaning everything. That's not really my point of confusion here. Our uniform creates certain preconceptions. For example, if I see a girl wearing bunny ears in a bar, I don't ask what she's done with her Bible.
小峰さんは普段からメイド服でいることが多いから。
That's not an explanation.
確かにそうね。それじゃあ小峰さん、説明してあげて。わかりました。
It's gonna be like the silliest explanation.
私はクラス委員を任されている関係で、よく先生方のお手伝いや雑用をお願いされることが多いのですが。
So you are a maid. You are like, I guess you could say like part-time maid, part-time student.
なんだかメイドさんみたいだねという話から、ちょっとメイド服着てみなよと促され、実際着てみたらやっぱり似合うから、なるべく普段から着た方がいいよと提案されたので。
So she wears it when she can because she was told that it looks good on her. Alright.
なるべく普段からメイド服を着るように心がけています。
So you're a devoted one. That fallen bunny girl's sister could learn a thing or two from you.
はい、ありがとうございます。
No problem. I wasn't really intending that to be a compliment, but there's no point in telling her that.
じゃあここからは彼女に案内してもらって。その方が話もできていいでしょう。
No objections here.
それじゃあ小峰さん、あとはお願いね。わかりました。
Sweet.
それではまず1階から案内していきますね。
Well, we got to the school. The principal just dipped out, and we got a cute little maid showing us around the place, and we're probably gonna run into like the weirdest people here. I already know.